Something that humans will always be enchanted by is the future. But with the advancement of technology and trends, I found myself asking, what will the jobs of the future consist of? And are we ready for them? My name's Xavier Arias, and I'll be exploring what we have to look forward to. That's pretty cool.
According to the World Economic Forum, by 2022, 75 million jobs have the potential to be displaced due to technology advancement. On the brighter side of things, 133 million new jobs may emerge due to the same shift.
To bring it to the present, there are jobs today that no one could have even imagined 20 years ago. For example, my coworker Frankie is the social media coordinator here at JDS Studios. That job didn't even exist when I was born. Meanwhile, some jobs are actually on their way out. I haven't seen a pager salesman lately. Have you?
With technology advancing so quickly, there will definitely be biomedical changes and smarter machines. Remarkably, it appears that automation could take over jobs such as truck driving, food service, administrative office support, insurance underwriters, tax preparers, and sales. So what does this mean for Riverside County specifically? I read a study conducted by the Institute of Spatial Economic Analysis that put the Riverside, Ontario, and San Bernardino regions in the top 3 at-risk metro areas due to the large number of food service, sales, and office jobs. Incredibly, 63% of all the jobs there could be gone by 2025. They go on to say that the entire Inland Empire is at risk due to the thousands of goods transport jobs being replaced by automation over the next 20 years. This is scary information when you consider those numbers. So what's the solution? The World Economic Forum suggests that by 2022, workers will need an average of 101 days of additional education to fill in the skill gap that comes with higher technology and automation.
Clearly, a lot of training and instruction will be needed to prepare for this future. We have President of MSJC, Dr. Roger Schultz, here to provide some insight. Welcome, Roger.
Thank you, Xavier. Nice to be here.
What would you say is foreseen in the future job market?
Well, I think we're watching the economy change and we're having to learn by what's happening. Academia does not necessarily dictate what will happen, so we're having to be more responsive. But clearly the infusion of technology, big data, cloud computing, there's a lot of themes around technology that we're going to have to be cognizant of. The days of being a specialist in any one area, although that's needed, you really have to have the ability to be able to be a quick study in multiple disciplines and solve very complex problems that didn't exist before. So the job market, it's going to be complex. They talk about the jobs that we're training for today don't even exist 5 years from now. I don't think that is an understatement or a misrepresentation.
What other skill sets would you say future employees need?
The days of just being a cubicle worker punching away, not going to be as effective as a technology worker of the future, solving those cross-functional problems.
I read workers who are able to combine mathematical and interpersonal skills are able to find lucrative and rewarding opportunities in the future. But what's your take on this?
A new term that I have learned recently, and we've all become familiar with STEM or STEAM, but SMAC was a relatively new term that I've learned, and social, mobile, analytics, and cloud. So those are some new skill sets that employees of the future are going to need to master along with STEM.
What would you say are the biggest challenges in educating people for the future?
The only way we can future-proof ourselves, and I think that's really important, is to develop that lifelong learner. And in fact, we're collaborating right now with some of the local economic development councils, the EDC down here in Southwest Riverside County, as well as with local businesses, and trying to bring in some national speakers, looking at some research and data that's available through the state, and trying to put on a conference about the future for work so that we can better understand that. And this is not going to be a one-time conversation. We recognize that this needs to be ongoing.
Well, Roger, it's been a pleasure, and we really appreciate your time.
My pleasure too. Thank you.
Thank you. With so much changing, it's important to remember that through preparation, we're setting ourselves up for an even brighter future than we can imagine.